Hey guys, my name is Tak Arikushi, and welcome to another one of my quick guitar lessons, where I give quick little bites of information that will hopefully help you play guitar better. So for today, I want to discuss how to hold the guitar, mainly in a sitting position. Now, if you're going to be playing while standing, just treat it as an extension of some of the principles we're going to talk about while sitting. So, first of all, the shape and the size of the guitar matters. So, if you're, a younger person, a child, recommend using a half size or a three-quarter size guitar. And the other thing is the shape of the guitar can affect things. So, if you're playing like a flying V kind of guitar, it can be a little bit harder to hold comfortably. Now, this will be mainly for right-handed guitars, but if you're playing a left-handed guitar, just flip everything around and you should be fine. So first thing is, we'll take a look at this bottom part, this groove right here. This is going to rest on your right thigh, like this. Okay. Now the the arm is going to come around to the top like this, and it's going to feel like your bicep is resting on this, what's called the lower bout of the guitar. And the edge, the corner of this lower bout is going to kind of sit on the inside of your elbow. Okay. Now from there, you can tilt the guitar a little bit towards you so that you can see what your fingers are doing. And then also you want to make sure that the guitar is pointed a little bit upwards. Okay. So if you have the guitar pointing too low like this, then it's going to be harder to reach down there. It's going to put your hand in an awkward angle, and it's going to be more difficult to play notes. If you tilt it too much and it lays kind of flat on your lap like this, again, it's going to be harder to reach around the neck and play those notes. So try and avoid those. And the idea here is that the right arm is going to counterbalance the guitar. The neck tends to be heavier on guitars, and they tend to kind of want to slide down. Some guitars more than others. Okay, but we want to avoid that. And the reason why we're using our right arm to do this is because if we support the weight of the guitar with our left hand, the left hand ends up having to do two jobs now. One is supporting the weight of the guitar, and then also to play the notes, and it's going to slow you down. So we want to avoid that as much as possible so that our left hand is free to play the notes. Another thing is that good posture is very important in order to avoid pain and tension. So make sure your back is nice and straight. Try not to hunch over the guitar too much like this. A lot of people, they kind of stick their faces into the fingerboard because they're so focused on what they're playing. And you don't really notice this, but if you, say, play in front of a mirror, which is a great thing to do, you'll notice right away, and you can correct that. So avoid slouching over the guitar. Now, standing up will be very similar, but I would say that your right arm has a little bit less counterbalancing of the guitar to do. A lot of times, you can change the angle of the guitar like this comfortably because the strap is holding it in place against your body. And so you have a bit more freedom to change the angle of the guitar. Just one thing though, try and avoid having the guitar positioned too low, because then you kind of end up with a similar problem where you have to reach very far, and it's going to affect how much your fingers can stretch apart. Some other positions include what's called the classical guitar position. Obviously popular with classical guitar players, or it's considered mandatory for classical guitar players. And what that is holding the guitar like this, and you're actually having that groove, which was on the right thigh first, is now resting on the inside of the left thigh. So you kind of end up in this kind of position. And when you do this, you get a bit easier access and finger stretching on the fingerboard But one slight disadvantage is that you won't be able to see the notes as easily. Now, another thing is that this classical position seems to be popular with heavy metal guitar players. So if you play metal, that might be something that you want to consider. But for the most part, starting off like this is perfectly fine. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and please like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification to keep up to date with this series, and hope to see you again next time. Bye-bye.